hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to a Champions League roundup as well as predictions for a few of tonight's games. If you want to see my AC Milan and Liverpool prediction, then be sure to go and check out my latest video. But I had to do a reaction to the Champions League, not just the United game, because that was hilarious. And listen, Liverpool could lose against Milan tonight, and all the corn I've been dishing out on Insta and Twitter, it's going to be returned back. But just know, that's what I do for you people, for your entertainment purposes only. But no, there was a lot of things last night that went on, not just the United game. That was very, very juicy, and I suggest we just get right in and delve into it. So we'll build the suspense to the United game. But one thing I do want to say is Seville played Salzburg yesterday, which involved the most penalties in Champions League history. 4 penalties in just the first half alone, which is crazy, by the way. I think Salzburg had 3 penalties. Adeyemi, who a player that Liverpool have been linked with, I think he missed 2 of them and scored 1. Then Sevilla got one. I think it was Rakitic who scored it, and that finished 1-1. Also, you had Chelsea getting the job done against Zenit St. Petersburg, which, good result for them. Listen, was it entertaining? No. Does it have to be? Not really, because you've still got Lukaku, who even when Chelsea aren't on par in terms of attack and performance, they've still got a goal scorer, and that's massive to have when it comes to winning trophies. Villarreal and Atalanta drew 2-2, which actually, for United's point of view, isn't too bad because they're all in the same group stage. Atalanta and Villarreal are 2 difficult teams, 2 teams that United should be able to beat on the best day, even though they couldn't beat fucking young boys. I also want to touch on the Barcelona Bayern Munich game in a minute, but I think we need to delve in to the young boys Manchester United performance. And I did see the game, and I do enjoy watching United, whether they're doing well or not, because I always assess how my rivals are doing. It's always the reason why I barely miss an Everton game. I also watch other teams in the top 6. I'm a football fan, people. I like to watch more than just Liverpool. But this was embarrassing on so many levels. And what makes it more embarrassing, and this does not go to all United fans, there is some very, very sensible United fans who have messaged me and have said, James, listen, we deserve this corner. But when people say I'm obsessed, you're damn right I'm obsessed, because you're obsessed with me. So if you left me alone, maybe I'd leave you alone, you dickhead. But all these excuses about 10 men and stuff like that, listen, I don't care if you start the game with 10 men, you should go out and beat young boys. Not to mention, even when you had 11 men, you were still the worst out of both teams. It's the irony of playing a team called young boys, and you've got Ronaldo, you've got Bruno, you've got Paul Pogba, and you were the one who looked like the young boys. I believe the player who scored their winning goal was playing in the Congolese National League about 2 seasons ago, and you see him ripping Lindelof to shreds. And I know Lindelof is not that great, but Manchester United's investment, you're not going to get every signing right, and that's just the end of story. But without these investments and without this money, it will be very, very, very scary for United fans to see where they would actually be. Like, just for example, if I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to stay in the job, that should speak volumes to all United fans. And not only that, I'm devastated that United actually lost that game, because I believe it gets Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one step closer to being sacked. Do you see the problem now, United fans? I want your manager to stay, and he's not won any trophies. That's got to be considered on so many levels. I would not want fans saying Jurgen Klopp in if Jurgen Klopp weren't doing anything right and had never done anything right. It's just, but we're only going to Solskjaer, that's just how I feel. I want him to keep the job for as long as possible, because I know the second United get a proper manager like a Zinedine Zidane who plays good attacking football, or even someone else like an Antonio Conte, I know they're going to be a problem again, because they've got their investment. The owners are not great, but they've got the investment. They've got the players there at their disposal already. They will win trophies with a very fucking top manager. But I love the fact they have so much faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that even if he gets to a League Cup final, that could be enough to keep him in the job, along with a little top 3 finish or something like that. But that should be concerning for United fans, because that's not what I grew up on United being. And I like the fact that he's aren't as good no more. Listen, I'm a Liverpool fan. I do not want to see United winning trophies. I do not want to see you going back on top of your pitch. But I know that's not going to happen under the tutelage of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Listen, I'm calling it. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be a player-manager by the time January fucking hits. And it's not just one bad performance. It's this young boy's performance. You had a poor game against Wolves. You had a very, very poor game against Southampton. Yes, you beat Newcastle, but there was still holes in that game. Yes, you beat Leeds, but Leeds are perfectly made for Manchester United anyway. And I could have took the piss a lot more in this video, because I even said yesterday, because Wan-Bissaka got sent off, and I even said any United fan that agrees with the notion that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is better than Trent is honestly smoking crack. And I know that he's a decent slide tackler. Otherwise, there's nothing special to Aaron Wan-Bissaka's game. And then I had United fans saying, oh, that debate's been shut down for a long time. How come in the summer and last season when Trent had a bit of a shaky spell, why was I getting bombarded with DMs, tweets, etc. saying Aaron Wan-Bissaka's better than Trent? It's a joke. So let me know your thoughts on the United game, but I've got to say, that is a fucking stinker to a whole new level. Barcelona lost to Bayern Munich 3-0, which it just goes to show that Barcelona are not the same as what they used to be. And we knew that anyway, but just every big game they play, they lose. And that just shows very much so that they're in a very big predicament. And I could go into the big situation at Barcelona, but we already know. I'm going to just be telling you things that you already know for sure. So I expected Bayern Munich to win that game. Tonight, though, we've got some huge fixtures. We've got Besiktas and Dortmund, which you expect Dortmund to win that game. Got Atletico Madrid and Porto. They're in our group. Probably ideally a draw would be the best there. You've got us versus AC Milan. Manchester City versus Leipzig is another big game as well, and probably the biggest game of the night, arguably, Real Madrid and Inter Milan. Very, very good fixture indeed. All these things, I'm going to go and give a few score predictions for these, but I'd like to know yours as well. So for the Dortmund game, I'm going to go with I'm going to say 2-0 win to Dortmund, actually. I think Haaland, this is his stage, this is his competition. Inter Milan and Real Madrid, I think that's going to be a lot closer than what people maybe anticipate. However, I don't think Inter Milan are as strong as they was last season, so I'm actually going to edge Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti's side in this one and say 2-1 to them. Atletico Madrid and Porto, a game that I'm most certainly going to have one eye on with the result. I'm going to say Atletico Madrid win that game. And I think it's going to be narrow because Atletico don't usually blow teams away, but it's very hard to break them down. And in this game, I think Porto are going to struggle to break them down. So I'm going to say a 1-0 win to Atletico Madrid. Man City and Leipzig. I mean, listen, can Leipzig win? Possibly. But let's be real. I think Man City are usually the team that do well in the early stages of many competitions, whether it's League Cups, FA Cups, and same with Champions Leagues. It's a game they need to win with the fact PSG are also in that group, because really the only game that you can afford to drop points in is actually against PSG. So a must win for them there, and I'm going to say they will win, and I'm going to say 3-0. To Manchester City right there. And then again, for the Liverpool-Milan prediction, be sure that you go and check out my recent video. But anyway, people, that's going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy, be sure to smash a like, only if you enjoyed, and subscribe to James Redmond TV. Hopefully we win tonight, so I don't have to eat a lot of corn. However, even if we lose, we move. It's never as bad as young boys, is it? It's never as bad as young boys. I'm messing. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me with this video. Again, if you enjoyed, be sure to smash a like, subscribe, all that business, and I will see you all later. Peace.